So Pastor Manning joins us. We're going to cover a lot of news in this hour with him today. Pastor Manning of ATLAH, ATLAH.org, and he is a prominent pastor. He's been speaking out against Obama from before he was even elected, warning of the great evil. I thought he was, not exaggerating, but I thought he was miscalculating how bad it would be. I was wrong. It's far worse than I thought. It's been dead on. He has waged war against Christians. He is a wicked devil. And he's being opposed by folks right there in Harlem, like Pastor Manning, who also called for the boycott and the kicking of Sharpton off of MSNBC. That happened. So he's got a lot of courage because let me tell you, the kingpin in Harlem, at least for 30 years, has been Al Sharpton. So to take on a kingpin in New York is a big deal. So I admire Pastor James David Manning for his courage. ATLAH, ATLAH.org. So God bless you, my friend. You heard my little 5-minute intro here. Do you think I mean, do you get my point of we need to punish these media whores and go after them and bring them down so the other liars know they're not safe?
Of course. And in fact, Alex, what you're saying with respect to Donald Trump's natural instinct to be truthful, to be powerful, to be fearless, that's natural for him. He doesn't have to think about that. He doesn't have to have people in the polls or premeditate what he's going to do. But you know, the other thing, there's a scientific axiom that says for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction. And that is true as well. As a result of Donald Trump's natural instinct to be powerful, to be truthful, to be fearless, it brings out the natural instinct of the media to be sleazy, to be skanks, to be liars, to be dishonest, to be deceitful. That's just the opposite reaction that they have to Trump. Now, you notice, if there's someone else, I don't know, is it Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton or whoever the hell else that comes on, they treat them differently because their natural reaction is different. But with Trump, the media is just getting worse. And the stronger he gets, the more, I suppose, skanky or sleazy they become. So that's why that's happening as that is. And it's going to continue in that mode as well, as long as Trump is in the public spotlight.
You targeted Sharpton, and he deservedly have really crippled him. I'd say he's 80% fallen. He deserves it. We're going after Williams, Couric, all these folks, not in a vindictive way. These are lying predators squatting on us.
Right.
And if we just start going after them, they always fall.
Hello? Are you there?
Yes, Pastor. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Sorry, Skype blipped out. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, you're right. We need to go after them. We went after Sharpton, and let me say that we went after him, and God took him down. Listen, Alex, Sharpton had a 6 o'clock spot on MSNBC, drive time, people just getting home, watching the news for more than 3.5 years. We went after him. We went down to MSNBC and stood in front of the studio there at Rockefeller Center. For 8 hours, we stood in front of that studio and called Sharpton out. He wouldn't come out. In fact, all the other reporters that work for MSNBC went in another door. We found out exactly what door they go into when they go in to report for duty. Anyway, he came down. God took him down. We shut down a local restaurant. There's a very powerful restaurant here in New York City. We went before that restaurant one Sunday afternoon with our people out in front of that restaurant, telling them that they're advertising on Sharpton's broadcast. And we were there for 15 minutes, a hot 15 minutes. The manager, who was in someplace else, owner of the restaurant, called us in and said they'll never advertise on MSNBC again. He's gone. He's now at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. There's nobody watching him now. It's just a matter of time now before he completely fades.
Sure, they save face. So that's what they did with that Piers Morgan guy.
Yeah, right. They gave him that, but he's gone. He's through. But we need to, I mean, you're going after Katie Couric. She needs to be going after. The truth of the matter is there's nothing left there. She's hanging on by a wing and a prayer. She's not entertaining. She's certainly not a good journalist.
Yeah, she makes fraudulent documentaries now.
Yeah, but you know, the other thing you were talking about how CNN, I've watched you on CNN on several times, and how they manipulate your presence there. But I was amazed that you were able to satellite broadcast, bring your own camera in to CNN, because, you know, they're very strict about that kind of thing. But I've watched them, how they manipulate. And they too, by the way, Alex, have a sense of evil, have a sense of lying and a sense of deception. We got to reach the people that watch CNN and let them know what's being done to them, that they're being brainwashed, that they're allowing.
That's a great point. There's still a remnant of people that buy into mainstream media. Now, the general public's still somewhat asleep too, but they get their propaganda from entertainment and things that are embedded in media. That's why Obama goes on every show under the sun, from ESPN to Jimmy Fallon. How do we reach those people that are still in Zombo land, Pastor Manning?
Well, you know, we got to continue to do what we're doing. But I think one of the great ways that I reach them here is by stirring up the truth here in Harlem. I get the attention of the New York Times, and a lot of these people are New York Times readers or the CNN people. They're in that liberal mode that there is nothing too aggressive. But when you actually confront them with the truth, such as what I do, confronting black people, and it may be something that perhaps only I can do, because I'm able to confront black people in Harlem. I'm able to tell them the truth. I'm able to tell them about themselves, about their EBT cards, about their track phones, about their so-called black president. That gets the media stirred to the point where they come to talk to me. And that way I can get these same people that listen to CNN or watch CNN and get a little sentiments of truth in, if you will, a piece of truth. But it's very difficult because they're insulated. And they've got the media coverage, so they don't let a person like yourself get to them. But we can get them.
Sure, and just to clarify, I would say that I'm not doing the interview unless I can have my own camera person there. I would then record what was really said. They would try to distort it later, and I would show what was really said. All right. And so then they just stopped interviewing me. Like you said, they're very controlling, period. And for years, I wasn't on until they agreed to have me live with Piers Morgan, and they cut that short as well. So that's why they never let me on live, because they want to act like it's live with the host, taped an hour before, edit it however they want, cut your audio off, play games, and try to make it look like you said things you didn't say.
You know, I saw a clip, I think it was on CNN a week or so ago, where, no, it was on MSNBC, where they were talking about how Trump was on your broadcast and how you and trying to align Trump with being off the charts or loose cannon because he talks to Alex Jones. I was sitting there watching it, and that's exactly, I think it was MSNBC. Chris Matthews, you know that creep, that lowlife.
It's all
Chris
over.
Matthews.
Yeah, Slimeball's his name.
Yeah, it's okay.
He hosts the show Slimeball.
Yeah, okay, all right. But he's the one who said it. Oh, Trump, it talks to loose cannons like Alex Jones. Had your picture up there and had you, I mean, he stayed on you for a while. And the other little guy that comes on after him went after you as well. I said, why are they trying to skew Alex here
Because
tonight?
they know if Trump goes with hardcore Americana, he will win. They're trying to manipulate his campaign people to buy into the fact that, oh, don't go in the briar patch. And of course, Trump's smart. He's jumping in the briar patch because he knows that's where the populism is. Listen, behind the scenes.
They may be thinking as well, Alex, that if Trump wins, which I think he's going to do, that's going to elevate your position to reach a lot of people because Trump is going to come to you.
You're right. The New York Times actually said that last week. They said it's horrible. Alex Jones.
And they're afraid of you. It's not Trump. They're afraid of, well, they are afraid of Trump, but they will be afraid of your influence.
And you too. It's just everybody that's straight talking. That's all we're doing. But the New York Times actually said that. They said the horror of Alex Jones being elevated and legitimate. And they said, it appears it's already happened.
Right.
Look, I mean, the whole Pentagon listens. Of course it already happened.
Absolutely. So that's the thing they're afraid of. And I think that's the thing that needs to happen in America. You know, it has been reported throughout history that, you know, you rise, you fall, you go up, you go down. Kingdoms come and kingdoms fall. And it's
their era is ending. Their era is ending. Is that what you're saying?
That's all I'm trying to say. That's exactly what I'm
saying.
So
what's coming, my friend?
Well, I think persons such as yourself are coming, and modestly, I'd like to think that I'm coming as well. Modestly, I'd like to say, but to be sure, persons like yourself are coming. Drudge needs more exposure as well, because they beat Drudge down. We need Breitbart out there more effectively as well. And I think once we get that kind of an American patriotic, if you will, with a godly Christian base, dealing with America again, we can see America. In fact, Trump is going to need you, Breitbart and Drudge, to make America great again. Hell, the New York Times is not going to help him. Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, they're not going to help him. So he's going to need people like us.
Sure, if they endorse him, that will hurt him. And they're just now figuring out 6% of the public trust mainstream media. But getting aside Alex Jones or Matt Drudge, because we're all in this fight like you to fight tyranny, we're just manifestations, our growing success, and the establishment's fear that they have no credibility. It's not that we're that good. It's that they're that bad. As you said earlier, Trump just naturally, somebody charges the stage, he runs at him. Somebody gets in his face and lies about him. He says, you're a piece of garbage liar. You know, they're so scared of the fact. But then when they get around evil people like Hillary or Obama or Michael Moore, they all just fawn over each other. In fact, I know Two people that know the heir to the Astor fortune, tens of billions of dollars, folks, in hidden assets and things like that. CIA operative Anderson Cooper, folks, look it up. He's really CIA and disinformation operative.
His mother's Gloria Vanderbilt. You know who his mother is, Gloria Vanderbilt. That's who his mother. I think she's deceased now.
Absolutely. So he's the heir to that. And I know multiple people that know him, and I'm going to stop there. He had a driver for 3 years that he never talked to, and people that work for him are told, don't look him in the eye. He doesn't give people bonuses reportedly. And it's the same with Hillary and all of them. These people don't, like Hillary, they don't pay their taxes. They steal money from charities. I'm about Hillary now. You can't look him in the eye. They're the most hateful, anti-liberal people on earth, and they sit up there telling us all day how they love us and how they love America and how they're the moral authority, when he's a guy worth billions and billions of dollars in tax-free foundations in the CIA attacking America and won't even talk to his driver or his butler for 3 years, sir.
Exactly what you have just said is the reason why the media is attacking Trump the way they're attacking him, because they recognize a Trump presidency. Forget about a Trump presidency.
And he treats his employees super good and is super real. That's what they're scared of.
Let's just look at a Trump candidacy, how the Trump candidacy is revealing all the things you've just said about the billions of, not millions, but billions of dollars are being stolen, the fact that they don't pay taxes, the fact that the CIA becomes their own protective security agency, and how they, if you will, propagandize everything to the American people who are still asleep in their sofas, riding around in their Silverados and not paying attention to what the hell is going on. That's what a Trump candidacy has done. Imagine what a Trump presidency will do.
Exactly, but getting off on that rant, when you talk about Henry Kissinger, Hillary, Michael Moore, any of them, I've seen them personally around their people. They treat their people like they're not human. You're not supposed to look them in the eyes. These are monstrous people. How could you have a driver for 3 years? I mean, I'd be my driver. I mean, I don't have a driver, but I have a driver. They'd be my best friend probably in a month or something. I just don't get how you can be around people and then...
You said something a few moments ago early on in your first segment about demonizing, and then you went on to explain that in a great way, that you're referencing that they're demonizing, or that they have demons rather, because they are demonizing, which makes a whole lot of sense. I forgot exactly how you said it, and I kind of let it get past.
Well, we have to demonize them because they are out coming after us, acting like demons. They are demons, so when we expose them, we're demonizing them because they are demons.
So when you talk about people like Henry Kissinger and Bill Clinton and all the rest of that crowd you just made mention of, these people are high into demon possession. They just are. Listen, Alex, you cannot reach the level of debauchery and evil that they are in and still be a Sunday school student. You just can't do it. It is required. It is a requirement that you have a certain amount of demonic power
to be part of the club. You got to do bad things.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So they got to be demon inspired to do what they do, and we need to maybe, but they present this facade to the people. The press then inculcates that facade to make people think that out there that's just watching in their easy chair that these are normal people that have just worked very hard to become who the hell they are. That's not true at all. It's just the opposite of that.
They've been led into a evil society. It's a spirit. They've been led into a cult of no name, a cult of predators.
I mean, you think about the Skull and Bones Society, which all the Bushes belong to, the Yale students all participate in, where you lie in a coffin and people come by and urinate on you. You can think about what does that do to a person's psyche, and where do you have to be in order to want to be a part of that? And then once you get out of that piss-soaked coffin, what are you willing to do or say or be if you allow yourself to do that or participate in such? I'd never let another man piss on me while I'm lying.
And by the way, that's only the first level of it. It goes right into hardcore stuff later.
I'm glad you pointed that out. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with in America. Alex, and as you stated earlier, we're not that good at what we do. I mean, okay, we might know something about you by broadcasting, but it's just that what they do is so obviously evil. And thank God some of us have the ability to look and to see what they're doing. And I want to thank God for your audience too, Alex. I think you have to give them credit that they're able to hear you.
They're amazing.
Yeah, because listen, I mean, can you imagine how your audience, people that listen to you all over the world, but especially in America, are bombarded by their co-workers, bombarded by the liberal